What's up, FCS football fans? Back at it on the Big Sky now. I'm Josh Dugan, and on this episode, we're going to break down 5 impact players to watch in the FCS Championship game between Montana and South Dakota State, set to take place January 7th in Frisco, Texas. Quick shout out to our friends M C Tire and Kalispell for the support, helping us cover the championship game action. A lot of fun covering the Grizz, taking a look at the Jackrabbits as well. 2 teams who are stacked and loaded. Let's dive into those 5 impact players to watch for the FCS title game. Starting with, should have expected this one on the list based off his recent play, Grizz return man and wideout Junior Bergen. He has 3 returns for touchdowns in the last 2 games, plus a receiving touchdown that sent the Grizz a double OT in their win over North Dakota State. Bergen is essentially, in my opinion, the FCS version of Deebo Samuel on the 49ers. Doesn't matter how you get Junior Bergen the football, just get Junior Bergen the football. One of those guys could do it in the dynamic as a designed run, hand him the ball in an end around, return game, got to stop him there. So overall, number 5 on the Grizz is someone the Jackrabbits defense will be locked in on, no doubt, in Frisco, Texas. Next up, another guy who's a big-time point of emphasis in this game, Isaiah Davis, arguably the top running back in the country at the FCS level and one of the most consistent players in the country, no doubt about it. He's going to enter this game with 18 touchdowns total and 1,500 rushing yards, just under that. But what makes Davis so tough to opposing defenders, his combination of size and speed is NFL caliber. He has that ability to break away for a big run. If he's in space, he's 6'1", 220. So he's the total package for a running back, can get it done, runs downhill, and he has multiple touchdown runs of over 40 yards on the year. So Isaiah Davis is going to be someone who is a key for Montana to lock in on if they want to stop him. And the Jackrabbits, going to be an impact player, no doubt about it. Next up, let's get to one of the guys who's going to be trying to tackle Davis down in Frisco, and that's Montana linebacker Braxton Hill. The Grizzlies' ability to tackle Davis is going to essentially be key, in my opinion, to the Grizzlies winning that game. The leading tackler on the Grizzlies is Braxton Hill. He's going to need to make his presence felt early, fill in the gaps, making open field tackles, because when Davis gets an open space in the run games, the Jackrabbits are essentially impossible to stop. He's that good of a running back. He sets up their offense, allows Mark Gronowski to get into the play action. So if you can contain Davis, it can change the game. Easier said than done, but Hill does have 25 total tackles across Montana's 3 playoff wins, so he'll look to keep that train rolling, eating up opposing runners, no doubt about it. So we'll see what happens in Frisco, but Davis is going to be a name to watch, and so is Braxton Hill trying to stop him. On the defense side of the ball, for the Jackrabbits, you have linebacker Adam Bach, a former All-American and Buck Buchanan Award finalist, who's dealt with some injuries the past 2 years, but when he's healthy, he's a game changer at linebacker. Simple as that. He's averaged 9 tackles per game in South Dakota State's last 2 playoff wins, and reports say he'll be available in Frisco for the title game. So Bach and his 333 career tackles will definitely be a player to watch on Championship Sunday. The Grizzlies love to run the football. Clifton McDowell loves to get out of the pocket. Bach is going to be a guy who's going to be trying to slow that Grizzlies offense down and going to be a key impact player, no doubt. So on our final entry here on the top 5 impact players to watch, I'm going to cheat a little bit on this one because I'm going to go with both quarterbacks. Montana's Clifton McDowell and South Dakota State's Mark Gronowski, who we mentioned before. McDowell has been a complete game changer for the Grizz since taking over the starting job after Montana's loss to Northern Arizona. He brings true dual threat capability as a runner and passer. He's most effective when he's getting out of the pocket, making plays, extending plays, and allowing Grizzlies receivers to get open. That is when he's tough to stop, so the Jackrabbits are going to have to contain McDowell if they want to win that game. And as for Gronowski, he's been reliable for the Jackrabbits the past 2 seasons. He doesn't make many mistakes, 9 interceptions across 2 seasons. That's impressive. He's not somebody who's going to make mistakes. He's not going to beat himself. That's a big thing with Gronowski. That's what I said about the Jackrabbits defense on a previous show. They make other teams beat them, and that's tough nowadays. You got to play mistake-free football against the Jackrabbits, and Gronowski is a big reason why you give them an opportunity. They're going to take advantage of it, and they're not going to hurt themselves. So he's been all reliable this year. He's a great passer, but he also can get it done with his legs, different than McDowell, but he gets it done. 349 rushing yards and 7 scores on the ground. Mix in his big game experience, leading the Jackrabbits to the title game and championship last year. You got to say the signal caller for the Jackrabbits could be the impact player to watch on Sunday, January 7th in Frisco, Texas. All right, that'll do it for our impact players to watch. Thank you, as always, to M C Tire and Kalispell for the support, and keep an eye out for more FCS Championship content dropping throughout the next week from the Big Sky Now. We're going to have you ready for the big game. On that note, I'm Josh Dugan, and I'm out.